Years without the assault course. How? All will be revealed in a couple of minutes.
Mrs. Thomas has a very sore throat, but Chloraseptic contains a very fast-acting painkiller. But is it fast enough to start to work before we finish this commercial? Well, Mrs. Thomas?
That's amazing.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Rupert.
If the wind changes, you'll stay like it.
I think you should make a nice cup of tea.
It seems that everyone in the world has plenty of advice to give. The question is, which is the right advice?
Oh, no, please, it's only something in my eye.
Try pulling your eyelid down as far as it'll go.
And then blowing your nose.
At the Halifax, we've probably given more advice on mortgages than any other lender. With all that experience, we believe we can give you the best advice on your mortgage.
Try pulling your eyelid down as far as it'll go.
Then blowing your nose.
The Halifax. Special offers currently available for first-time buyers and those seeking a larger loan.
For the castle!
If you don't register for prospectus in the 12 regional electricity company share offers by November the 14th, you could miss out on bonus shares.
It's a pain having the only phone in the village. Oh.
To register, ring 0272 272 272.
You know, when you got it right, you got it right. Whether you're talking about this, or whether you're talking about the one and only Diet Cola that does it for Ray, Diet Pepsi. You know, nothing tastes as good to me as Diet Pepsi. All right, now, who was the wise guy? Now, that's the right one, baby.
In front of you is our latest product. It is totally unique and has taken extensive research to perfect. It's a deliciously crunchy form of fish oil, and we've even designed it to fit inside your handbag. Believe it or not, it also tastes of fruit. New fish oil tablets from Halib Orange.
Made from 100% white breast of chicken, delicious mayonnaise, and fresh, crisp iceberg lettuce. All in a specially shaped, lightly toasted sesame seed bun. The McChicken sandwich at McDonald's. It's why people cross the road.
Hovis has always been good for you. And now there's a wholemeal loaf from Hovis, made with all the goodness of the grain.
See it first, see it free. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. Win exclusive premiere tickets, plus thousands more tickets, free, only with the Sun.
The answer is the new Granada Gifts Catalogue. Hundreds of fantastic gift ideas. Call for yours now on 051 708 8202.
It's a touchdown! No time left! The Knights win! Touchdown! The Knights win!
All the right moves, some of the time. Tom Cruise, Monday at 9.
Now it's Alec Gilroy and Phil Jennings who need to make all the right moves in Coronation Street.
Oh, it's all right. It's only me, Mavis.
Oh, I thought it was all a bad dream.
No, I'm afraid not. Here, get this down you. You'll feel better. I've just been over to the desk, and we've got to wait until 9 o'clock until the travel agent opens.
He ever does open.
Coffee, Mr. Lumsden?
Oh, that's very civil of you, Derek. What's the damage?
Oh, no, no.
Frost. Oh, by the way, it's Ernie. Let's drop the formalities, eh? After all, we are stopping in the same hotel, you, me and Mavis, if we ever get there.
Oh, we'll get there, don't you worry. Ernie.
Any news from the article? Hey, what did I tell you? You won't hear anything before 9 o'clock tomorrow.
You know, I feel dreadful.
What's that, no sleep?
Not a wink.
Me neither.
It's all in the mind, insomnia, you know. Of course, this is luxurious, this place, compared to some hotels. Did I tell you about when I was stuck in Lonica?
Yes.
In 98 in the shade, lounge no bigger than a billiard table. This is luxurious, is this?
Well, I'm glad you think so.
Oh, by the way, hope you got a receipt for this coffee. I mean, don't you let them take a single penny, Derek. You take my tip.
Receipt?
It's all aggravations, it's inconvenience, stress, you name it. I mean, by rights, you, me and Mavis should be splashing about in the hotel pool. Did I tell you how much compensation I've got off Happy Tours?
£37.
Yeah?
Cigarette that bears the lipstick traces, an airline ticket to a romantic place.
Leave it. I'll do it. Well, you're not a well man. I can cope.
If you're referring to my ear, it's completely better.
Well, that's good news. In that case, I'll
Look,
just
before you
wonder
go
about-
any further, Jack, although my earache may be cured, still doesn't mean I'm down a bit of money. So if you're thinking of asking for a rise, this will be a sponsored bed push. Forget it.
The piano's
It's all right, then. Fit as a flaming cello, Betty.
Wonderful things, these antibiotics.
Pity he didn't start taking them a couple of days sooner. Still, timing never was one of his strong points.
It can't be helped, though. There's no point in bearing a grudge, lovey.
I don't, Betty, not really, no. I just keep thinking of Mavis, laid out by that hotel pool, being attended to by one of those big, strong Portuguese waiters. But then, you see, I look at my Alec, back to his old self, singing away, happy in his own insanity, and I think, why does it always have to happen to me?
Have you? There you go. You know, people don't appreciate what they have going on around them.
Yeah, but you do, eh, Mr. Sugden?
There you go, bro. They can't speak English. They're plagued with flies. There's nobody can make custard. I mean, look around you. What's to complain at?
Yeah, you've got a bite, I suppose.
Yes. These tea cakes are a bit soggy.
Spilt his tea in it, I shouldn't wonder.
Look, do you want me to stick it under the grill for you?
If you would, please.
OK.
No, I don't want to make a fuss.
No, so I've noticed.
No. I'll tell you something else and all.
What?
If you go in a cafe, you have to sit outside on pavement. Now, what's the sense in that?
Oh, no, sounds like a good idea to me.
Hiya. Give us a cup of coffee, Martin, love. I'm jiggered. Central heating in them shops. Do you know, I feel really dreamed.
Here's another one. She'll be on the world cruise next.
Oh, you gotta be joking.
You'll be able to go around the world 10 times over with the price your husband charges for boiled ham.
The only boat we're likely to go on is the Knot End Ferry.
Hey, listen, why don't you come to Paris with me and Mike?
Oh, Alma, I would love to. You know Alf. He has to have 3 weeks' notice to go to the pictures.
Yes, but what about Christmas? You know, I was thinking of persuading Mike to take 10 days off and perhaps go to Tenerife. You know he needs a break, doesn't Mike?
Does he? Don't we all?
Did I tell you I was in Madeira in '86?
Yes, you did.
Not interested in flowers, are you?
Well, yes, I am, as a matter of
I
fact.
thought you might. Well, I'll tell you what, Mavis. I'll take you to this botanical gardens I found last time, up in the hills. Bougainvilleas, orchids, mimosa. Oh, paradise on earth, it is.
It sounds heavenly.
Derek can go shopping if he likes.
Oh, no, Derek's keen as well. I'm sure he'd like to come. Oh, at last, Derek. Is there any more news?
Oh, it's ridiculous. He's been trying for over an hour and there's still no reply.
What did I tell you? I told you this last night. Well, I'm off.
No. We must stay together. If we disperse, they'll forget all about us.
What do you think, Mavis?
She agrees with me, don't you?
Do you want me to stay?
Of course she does.
Well, I think perhaps it would be better.
All right, Mavis, I'll stay. I'll tell you what, Derek. I'll give you another hour to rescue our holiday, or me and Mavis. We'll go off to Thailand together, won't we?
Right, come on. Don't run, walk, don't run.
Have you seen them? It's obscene.
I haven't actually. But tell you the truth, I've been saying this in the staff room ever since you got it.
Mr. Jeffers, you mean?
I said don't run! We'd only been in the job a couple of weeks before we had a sponsored ping-pongathon. I told her that's all very well, I said. Why should I give up my weekend to dole out pop and ping-pong balls to a group of third years just because the overhead projector's knackered?
I wouldn't have volunteered for that one, Press.
Don't worry, I didn't. Come on! The bell's gone! What other job do you have to have jumble sales to buy office equipment?
Yeah, but this one caps it all. I mean, it's like Al Capone sponsoring the Brownies.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Buying a clean image.
Yeah, but it makes me spit blood. I mean, what kind of an example is this to show impressionable kids? That every ideal has its price. Is that what we're supposed to be teaching them?
Yeah, if that's the way you think about it, why didn't you speak to her? I'm sure you'd find plenty in the staff room who'd back you up.
You think so?
Yeah, if it came to a confrontation, yeah.
Thanks, Fred. I will.
Now, to be fair, Stephanie, they are due a holiday, Mavis and Derek.
Good luck to them. Des is fixing us up one of them bucket jobs. Plenty of bargains this time of year.
Ah, well, I hope you get somewhere nice.
No, I don't bear them any malice. But that Gilroy fella definitely wants watching. Funny how he always comes up smelling of roses. Never mind. Perhaps we'll be able to fix up a caravan at Cleveland's just have to take what's going since we both taken time off work.
I suppose that's for my benefit.
If the cap fits.
Don't forget, that holiday was promised to Mavis and Derek in the first place. I mean, what happened after that was just a bit of a misunderstanding. That right, Alec?
Absolutely.
You might call it a misunderstanding. Other folks would call it sharp practice.
Hey, I'm doing my best for you, Alec. Come in.
You want to force these English assessments?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Barlow. I'll let you have them back by the end of the week.
I hope I'm not out of order, but... Well, I have to say, I find Mr. Jennings' donation in rather bad taste, and it's not just me, I'm afraid.
Oh, really?
I mean, where's it going to end? Tobacco firms, breweries, drug barons?
Mr. Barlow, do sit down. You've been out of the job for how long?
16 years.
I'm very pleased to have you on the staff. You've settled in very well, and you've built up a very good relationship with the children. But 16 years, the job isn't the same anymore.
I'm aware of that.
No one told me 30 years ago that my career would culminate in running a business, or that I would be wooing parents with glossy brochures and promotional videos. And of course, parents and pupils are a thing of the past.
Sorry, I'm not with you.
For parents and pupils, Mr. Barlow, read clients and customers, and I don't like it any more than you do. But it's my job to keep the school open, even if it's at the expense of St. David's or Parkview. And that is why I have to go out and find money.
But in this case, wouldn't it be better to make do with the old hockey strips? It's hypocrisy to accept money from Jennings. It's people like him who encourage the youngsters to steal in order to feed his damn machines.
Well, perhaps he's trying to make amends.
But he's buying you, Mrs. Jeffers.
You really don't like him, do you?
Too darn right I don't.
Is your anger and resentment entirely objective?
How do you mean?
Well, couldn't it have something to do with the fact that Mr. Jennings is a friend of your wife?
You know what I think? It's a computer snarl. A tin pot firm like Rosemont Travel, they've probably wiped a tape or had a blowout, and they're too scared to admit it. But days before this is sorted out, weeks even.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, here's my phone number, just in case Derek gets things sorted out. You can let us know if you hear anything.
Yes, all right, I'll tell him.
And if you don't hear anything, you can give us a ring as well, Mavis.
You're not waiting, then?
No, you got my number. I'm only a phone call away.
Where's Ernie?
Oh, he's gone. He said it was a waste of time. He's left his telephone number.
Did you let him go? Couldn't you have delayed him till I got back?
What's the point, Derek? Maybe he's right. Oh, let's go home, Derek.
Go home? And face the ridicule of all and sundry? Can you imagine the Barneses? They'd laugh themselves silly at the thought of it, not to mention Percy Sugden. No, Mavis, this little difficulty must remain strictly entre nous. I got you another word search book.
Don't know, she does it better.
Deirdre Barlow.
Collects fellas like it's going out of fashion. He looks loaded and all, doesn't he? I bet he could stand around without blinking his wallet.
Something you're good at, that, Jacko.
What?
Standing around, customer.
Where's Alec gone, the bank?
How did you guess?
He can't take it with him, love.
With my luck, Betty, I'd be surprised at nought.
Did they find out about it?
Because I told them, of course. Why do you think I made the donation?
Oh, come on, Phil, you're not that cynical.
You don't know a businessman who keeps quiet about giving money away, do you?
You never said anything about all this publicity the other day.
Well, you never asked.
You led me to believe it was for the benefit of the school.
It is for the benefit of the school.
Come on, as far as you're concerned, it's just a cheap publicity gimmick.
Cheap? 2,000 quid?
Well, I'd say you more than got your money's worth. Laundering your image, that's what it's called, isn't it?
It's the wicked world of business, or maybe a more realistic approach to life. Anyway, I've got to dash.
Don't forget your paper.
Hi, Phil. You coming or going?
Hi, Mike. Just go in, but I'll be back again.
All right, buy you one later. Jack, large gin and a scotch, please.
Right. Sorry I'm late, look. The bank manager kept offering to lend me large amounts of money.
I thought you might like to take your wife away on holiday.
Listen, can I help it if my ears have got better? I suppose you'd rather I was still in pain.
It'd make a lot more sense.
Don't you think I'd enjoy being out there sunning myself? At least I'd get my money's worth. You're talking of money, who's that fellow who's just gone out?
Friend of Deirdre's.
One thing you can say for the Barlows, they certainly ring the changes.
Don't look so disapproving, Ali. You're not really bothered so long as they've got money and coming in.
That's just the point. He was going out.
Jack, keep the change.
Thank you very much.
Got it? Got it.
Hey, I wonder what her secret is.
Why, are you jealous?
No, she isn't going to Paris, is she?
You wouldn't be either if you hadn't beat me into submission.
No, but you're glad you did.
You bet, chérie.
6 letters beginning with V. This winner takes all.
What's 3 down?
3 down, let's see.
Mr. and Mrs. Wilton travelling to Madeira under the name of Gilroy. Please attend the Sunrise Tour Operator's Desk. Mr. and Mrs. Wilton.
Who's this Davies?
Davis, that'd be Mike Davis, head buyer for Textile UK Limited. Why, when's he coming?
Oh, Tuesday, 10:30.
Tuesday. Oops. No can do. Do you want to see him?
What's he like?
Flash as a rat with a gold tooth. But you can handle him.
Can't you see him? What about later in the week?
No, I want to keep Thursday and Friday free. Might be in Paris.
Have you booked?
No, why? Any problem? I mean, do you want me to go later in the month?
Do you have to go?
Do I have to take a holiday? I mean, it's only 4 days. Come on, be fair. I mean, it's not as if I don't put the time in at the weekends.
I know, I'm sorry.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I work round you. I mean, it's only 4 days. There must be loads of flights to Paris. We can go any time, OK? Well, what's your problem?
This week, next month. It makes no difference, Mike. I can't run this place on my own.
Of course you can.
Well, that's why I made you general manager.
So, but what are you saying?
Mr. Wilkinson was very apologetic.
I should think he was. Funny way to run a travel agent. And why is he ex-directory? Or needn't I ask?
As I say, we were very lucky to get his number at all.
Well, it's a good job he did, or else we'd still have been in the dark.
Oh, we still are in the dark, Mavis. What's he going to do about our holiday?
He's promised to sort everything out as soon as he gets here.
How long will that take?
He's driving straight from his home. Half an hour at the most. So, with a bit of luck, we'll be getting your way on the 6 o'clock flight.
Oh, that's good. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's not a minute too soon. Well, it just goes to show, patience is its own reward.
There was a Mr. Lumsden, also booked with Rosamond Travel.
That's right, there was. But he wasn't prepared to wait like us. Oh, Mavis. Not long now.
Derek, you were right. It was worth waiting. Oh, we're going to have a wonderful holiday, I know we are.
Are you sure you don't mind?
He's going into town anyway.
Oh, it's just been one of those days, I'm afraid. Looks smashing on the rail. I'm sorry to lumber you with all my other problems.
Oh, don't apologise. That's what friends are for. Besides, how were you to know this Jennings chap had ulterior motives?
Oh, I must be as green as grass.
Well, next time you'll be on your guard.
Next time. There won't be a next time. What's the idea, Ken? What do you want?
Oh, sorry, Emily. I didn't know you were here.
I was just going anyway.
Listen, if they haven't got it in Navy, I'll have a refund.
Right.
Thanks very much, love.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I take it this isn't a social call.
You're darn right it's not. I suppose you realise you brought the whole school into disrepute.
I've done what?
I just wish you'd given the matter a little more thought before accepting his money on our behalf.
I take it you're referring to Mr. Jennings' donation.
Well, what else do you think I'm talking about? Don't you realise where most of his money comes from? School kids. Our daughter, for one. And he thinks he can give some of it away and con everybody into thinking he's Mr. Nice Guy. Well, he doesn't con me, and I'm surprised he's taken you in. But then, of course, there's more to that than meets the eye, isn't there?
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, you're going out with him, aren't you?
Going out with him? No, I am not. But I tell you this, Ken. Even if I was, it's no business whatsoever of yours. And now I'd like you to leave, please.
I'm going. But remember this, Deirdre, you're a counsellor. People expect you to set a moral example. Can't you see that?
You've got a nerve. How dare you? What right have you got to lecture me or set him moral examples? Just go, Ken.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going.
Good.
And if you're not emotionally involved with a man, you must be pretty darn naive to fall for his tricks.
The same for you. Now be
you.
careful, and don't eat them with them daft false teeth in, will you?
Bye, Mrs. Kirkwood. Bye.
Enjoy yourself. Hello, Kevin. Hello? I'm sorry, can you speak up? Mavis, is that you? Hey, now listen, I don't want you worrying about me. I'm coping fine. I just want you to relax and enjoy yourself. What's the weather like? Hey, you've got a bad line, love. I can hardly tell what you're saying. You what? What?
That was 3 hours ago and it's still not turned up. So it means we've got to wait another whole day. Oh, Rita, it's a nightmare. Oh, I've got to go.
Oh.
And this is casserole or what?
It's beurre parisienne, or in our case, Weatherfield stew.
Oh, here.
Hey, do you mind?
No, says I don't help with the cooking.
So everybody gets a holiday except the boss. I mean, what kind of firm is this?
I've told you she can't cope. She's petrified.
Well, she had the guts to walk into this flat pretending she was after a job.
Yeah, but she's a changed creature. She's taken a hell of a beating, you know.
I know, but a couple of days.
She couldn't manage that place for a couple of minutes.
Of course she could.
I know that, you know that, but she doesn't. Her bottle's gone. She relies on me every minute of the day.
Mike, she is asking too much.
In normal circumstances, I would agree with you, but it was me, us, who decided it would be in our interests to make myself indispensable. Now, the good news is, I am.
And the bad news is, we are not going to Paris.
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, I don't think that'll do any good.
Oh, don't you? You know about complaints procedures at British airports, do you?
Oh, don't be so pompous, Derek.
Well, what do you suggest we do instead? Invite the Barneses over for a good laugh at our expense? Phone Percy Sugden and everybody else into the bargain?
Look, Rita is a friend.
Did I ask you to keep this to ourselves?
Everybody's going to know sooner or later. We can't wait here forever.
We're not going to wait here forever. Just for as long as it takes the powers that be to realise that I won't stand for deception and inefficiency. Then we'll see who's going to Madeira or not.
Mr. Gilroy.
Wilton.
Yes, sorry. Could I have a word?
Well, yes.
Perhaps we could sit down.
Mrs. Pamela Roberts, please attend the information desk. Mrs. Pamela Roberts to attend.
Look, I've been pulling out all the stops trying to get to the bottom of this business. I don't suppose it's any consolation, but there are quite a few tour operators asking questions about Rosamond Travel.
Yes, well, why isn't he here? It's Mr. Wilkinson. That's who I want an explanation from.
Don't we all? Well, the word is, and it does seem to be official, I'm afraid, he's disappeared.
That's not good enough. I've got a receipt. I have paid for my holiday, and I am going to Madeira.
Not unless you get your money back, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't you worry about that. I will.
Well, why shouldn't we get our money back?
I think you'll find you've no protection.
What's this, then? Rosamond Travel, member of BOTA. BOTA. I shall contact them.
I doubt it. I've been in this trade a long time. I've never heard of BOTA. Doesn't mean a thing.
Have we lost our money, then? All of it?
If it had been AMTA, you would have been covered.
Oh, Derek.
This friend of yours, Mr. Gilroy, must have been born under a lucky star. You say he had hearing.
Gilroy. You or not? Wait till I get my hands on him.
Derek!
You had fruit machines at the graffiti, didn't you?
Oh, one of the things that kept the place going.
Haven't come across anyone called Phil Jennings, have you?
You mean him that was in here at lunchtime?
Was he with Deirdre? It's okay, I know what's going on.
Of course, fruit machines. I knew I recognised him from somewhere. His name wasn't Jennings, though, when he used to come in the graffiti. Mind you, the crowd he hung around with. I suppose all of them have changed their names by now. And faces, I shouldn't wonder.
Do you know, I bet they're not giving a thought to that little budgie. No, they'll be pandering to the body beautiful. That's what they'll be doing. Well, good luck to them, because they won't get a decent cup of tea. Hey, he said he weren't coming in here.
Yep.
Oh, my God, look what's crawled back again.
Shall I refuse to serve him? Things he's been saying about using a scandal.
Now then, Alec, what'll you have? Go on, I owe you one. Get me a large Irish. And, pint of lager for me, please, Jack.
What's broke this turnabout?
Saving me 750 quid, mate. Palming that holiday off on Mavis and Derek.
I mean, palming it off. I'm well out of pocket.
He's a mate of yours, is he, this bloke that runs Rosamond Travel? Good job he went bust before we bought our tickets.
Gone bust?
Oh, yes. All boarded up. Neatly done, Alec.
You crafty old crow.
But Alec didn't know that was going to happen, did he, Alec?
Poor Mavis and Derek, they'll be stranded in Madeira.
There's bigger, worse places to be stranded, love.
Like Manchester Airport, for one. I've just had her on the phone, Alec. She's absolutely heartbroken.
Oh, don't look at me.
You mean they've not took off yet? And not likely to, either. By heck, Alec Gilroy, you pulled some stunts when I was singing in the club. But this caps the lot.
Because we've spent the time creating a mouth-watering lasagna, you could spend your time on another course. Menu Master, a taste of freedom.
There is only one chocolate that feels like silk. Flowing smoothly, melting slowly, lingering sumptuously. The experience is silk. The chocolate is galaxy.
At the Lancastrian, there's no such word as can't. Our master plan account is totally flexible, giving easy access to your cash with no penalty. And tiered interest rates mean the more you save, the more you earn. Master plan, because when it comes to easy access with no penalty, the Lancastrian can.
Is your gas fire more dead than alive? Get this beautiful new gas fire and get £60 trade-in this week at your local gas showroom. It's the biggest event of the year.
There are brands that could wash up after Sunday lunch in every flat in this block. But Fairy, well, it could do next door.
Our pursuit of the pure Holstein has led us to the port of Hamburg, where the sea dogs are salty and so are the crisps.
Hallo Seemann. Ein Bier wie immer?
This is Helga, or rather it's able seaman Karl Müller on his day off. You see, nothing is what it seems in this town, except, of course, for the 4 natural ingredients that go into... Cheers, Carl.
Holstein Export, a pure beer in a wicked world.
Are you coming to bed tonight or what?
After what's been said to me, I couldn't close my eyes.
Oh. So you're stopping up all night supping whiskey, are you? A lot of use you'll be in that pub tomorrow.
I'd be within me right suing Rita Fairclough. I could take her for every penny she's got. I mean, what she said in that bar tonight was slander.
Make that your last drink, eh?
Slander. He who steals my wife steals trash, but he that avengeth my good name, it's right. He's right, is that. She as good as made out that I'd swindled Derek Wilton out of £800. I mean, I'm hurt, Bet. I'm hurt that she could suggest I'd fraud me. my customers and my neighbours. It could cripple my reputation, an accusation like that.
Well, it depends what sort of reputation you start off with, I suppose.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying you believe what Rita said?
Alec, it doesn't matter what I think.
Oh, that's charming, isn't it, eh? That's highly heartwarming, that. How the hell did I know Rosamond Street travel was going to fold? Would I have booked with them in the first place if I did?
All right, all right. Just stop feeling sorry for yourself and come to bed. At least you've got a bed to sleep in. What do you think Mavis and Derek are going to do for beds at that flaming airport?
Oh. Sorry, Mavis. Did I wake you?
Oh, I keep hoping I'll wake up and it's all a bad dream. But I can't even get to sleep.
No, me neither.
You've been sleeping. You've been snoring.
I may have dropped into a half-awake doze for a few minutes, Mavis. I may have breathed heavily, but I've not slept, and I've not snored. I'm going to the washroom for a shave. It'll help me grapple with the day's dilemmas.
Derek, let's go home.
Go home, Mavis? Now? After all we've been through?
Yes.
Oh, Mavis, capitulate? Accept defeat?
Yes.
No, Mavis. Just hang on, just for a few more hours. At least until Mr. Tasker arrives on duty anyway. And he may have news for us. We may be booked on the first flight out.
It's hopeless, Derek. We might as well go home.
With our tails between our legs. Beaten by that conman Gilroy. No, Mavis. We soldier on. And remember, the darkest hour is just before the dawn.
Yes. I've noticed that, Derek. I've experienced that 2 nights running right here in the airport.
Rita? Rita?
Yeah?
Look, I want a word.
Oh, yeah?
Look, you were well out of order, talking the way you did last night.
I'll say what I think, Alec.
Look, I didn't know that holiday firm was going bust, did I? I sold Derek that holiday in all good faith.
So you say. Anyway, don't waste your time convincing me. Convince Mavis and Derek.
They're back home, are they?
No, I've just been to their house. No sign of them. Must still be at the airport. Anyway, like I say, talk to Mavis and Derek. And when they believe you, I will and all.
Good morning.
What's good about it?
You haven't managed to bring to mind any more about this Jennings chap, have you?
I had other things on my mind.
Hellfire, Ken. Do you know what time it is? I'm only just up.
It's important. I wanted to catch you before Tracy got out of bed.
Any excuse to come round here, isn't it?
No, I promise you, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. It's about your friend Jennings.
Oh, yes? What about him?
Well, for a start, his name isn't Jennings. Well, not his real one, anyway.
Oh, what is his real name,
Well,
then?
I don't know exactly, but Alec Gilroy is quite sure it isn't Jennings.
Not Lord Lucan?
Look, I'm being serious, Deirdre. Alec Gilroy knows him from somewhere, way back, and he's quite convinced his name isn't Jennings.
That's it, is it? That's your important message?
Well, I just thought you ought to have a word of warning.
No. You came round here interfering in my life again with half a tale. A bit of prattle you picked up in the pub. My God, Ken, this is pathetic.
Look, you know the man's in a dubious line of business with his slot machines and God knows what else besides, and now there's this.
I'm sorry, if that's it, I've got a lot to do.
Well, look, I just want you to be careful, that's all.
You just don't like the man. You don't like his name written on the sports shirts. You don't like
Look, I
any...
admit, yes, I admit, I dislike the man, but that's got
Bye,
nothing to
Ken.
do with it.
Well, they're never still at the airport. Oh, well, that's crackers. They might as well chuck towel in and come home.
Well, I agree with you. And between you and me, so does Mavis. I mean, she's sick to death of it. But Derek won't budge. He's hoping for a miracle.
Well, till I'm stood down and relieved of my duty, I'll carry on feeding the body and watering the plants.
Well, perhaps you're right, Percy, but I reckon they'll be home soon.
Yeah, did Alec Gilroy flog him a duffin on purpose, though? I mean, would he go that far?
Oh, he's a bad un. You've only got to look at his eyes. They're set too close together. That's all as a sign.
Well, my guess is he heard a whisper that Rosamond Travel was going bust. That's when he started to figure out how to unload the tickets.
So the earache was all a fake, you reckon?
It was codology from the start to finish.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's a bit complicated, isn't it?
Well, I've known Alec Gilroy a long time. Used to be my agent, you know, and I was singing in clubs, and he pulled some strokes then, I can tell you. He's a devious beggar. I tell you, he makes Spaghetti Junction look like a straight line.
Because we're faster than Jennings, that's why. Yep, you can't beat us for price or quality. You do that. We're always worth thinking about. Okay, see you. Hi. Problem?
No. Well, not really. I was just feeling guilty.
Oh?
Your trip to Paris. I suppose Alma's feeling terribly let down.
Nah. Alma takes things like that in her stride. She knows that work always comes first anyway. If she wanted to go, she'd probably go by herself. She likes her independence. She's like me like that.
You've never thought of getting married, you two?
To each other? Yeah. Alma's been married before, so have I.
And once was enough?
Something like that. I like plenty of elbow room, and that suits her.
Well, I'm glad I haven't upset anybody.
Nah. Hello, Ingram. Mike Baldwin speaking. Nigel, you little rascal. Golf? Nah. You must be joking. I'm far too busy for that. Oh, yeah. I can always find time to fit a friend's order in. Yeah. No. Things are going great. Things are going just as I like them.
I've only got a couple of hot pots left. Do you want me to save you one, love?
Oh, I couldn't face food, Betty. It'd choke me. What people are saying about me.
I mean, about this holiday?
Yeah, saying I've sold a dud to the Wiltons. I mean, as if I would.
Yes, Percy. Offer your best bitter, please.
Well, according to Rita Bearclough, they're still camped out at the airport.
Hey, that could have been us if Derek hadn't topped my offer. Thanks, Alec. I owe you one.
It's not funny.
No, it isn't. I'll buy you a beer off your landlord, but I'm not paying you till I get it in my hand.
Right, that's it. That is it. I am sick of snide remarks.
Jack, money.
Very sensitive, my gaffer. Very thin-skinned. Skin as thin as a £5 note.
Well, according to Ken, Alec Gilroy reckons that Phil Jennings isn't Phil Jennings at all. He's somebody else.
Do you believe it?
I don't know.
Maybe talk to Alec about it.
No. If he doesn't know any more than Ken says, what's the use? It's all silly anyway.
I'm afraid Ken would delight in blackening the character of any man you were friendly with.
Well, that is exactly what I think.
I'm here to see Mr. Gilroy.
Why?
In a professional capacity. I'm on his book, see? Tudor Parry Jones, tenor, Voice of the Valleys.
Oh, I've heard of you, yeah. I do a bit of singing myself, you know.
Oh, yes? Operatic, is it?
Well, not strictly operatic, but that end of the market, you know, your ballads, your standards, your Frank Sinatra songbook, you know.
You'll not be trained, I dare say. I had a professional training from my mum. You might have heard of her. Madam Gwyneth Parry Jones. She's trained the greatest. Anyway, will you tell him I'm here?
Aye. Do you want a drink while you're waiting?
No, I'll not have a drink, no. I'll just suck a lozenge.
Yes, well, I'll show the lot of them, including you.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I'm going to go to that airport. I'm going to have it out.
Who with?
Well, Derek and Mavis. My conscience is clear. I've nothing to be afraid of. Yes, what is it?
Bloke out here, Welsh fellow, wants to speak with you. Tudor Parry thingy.
Tell him I'm busy. He'll have to come back later. It's not convenient. Well, go on.
All right.
I'm telling you,
No.
in your state of mind, there'll only be trouble.
Well, it'll not be me that causes it. I shall simply point out it's not my fault they're stuck at the flaming airport.
Alec.
No, I am going. And if Derek Wilton says one word to me, I shall have him.
Ah, yes. The rings. Now, listen. You'll know when you've drunk a pint of Boddington's by the rings. Here is one I prepared earlier. Please yourselves.
If you don't get bodies, you'll just get...
Bitter.
The restaurant bill caused frustration. I couldn't pay for my crustacean, but flexible is so digestible. Does you does or does you don't take access? Does you does or does you don't take access?
8 million outlets worldwide does. Does you does?
Hello. I've been asked to tell you the secret of what I consider the best tasting coffee. Delicious. The secret's in the blending of 3 types of the finest coffee bean.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I just have to check that you have the right beans.
What?
May I see?
If you must. I shall be writing to Nescafe about this.
Nescafe. Coffee at its best.
I love being a turtle!
Free. 30,000 tickets to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at a major cinema near you. Be quick, be cool, be radical. Buy the Mondo Value Daily Mirror this week and see how to get your free ticket for this blockbuster movie.
There is a new instant access savings account that also offers high interest rates. It's for anybody and everybody. It's so simple, it all adds up to one thing. The new Instant Saver account from Abbey National.
Hey, nice houses these, aren't they?
They were thrown up. Them across the road will be standing when these are gone.
Ah, well, it's same with women. If they're well constructed, you're better off with an old one.
Now, look here for one thing only, and that's to assist. I want all these pot plants watered. They're just moist, not flooding. You'll find watering can in the kitchen.
I've watered plants before, you know, Percy.
I dare say you have, but there's always a right and wrong way to do everything. Hello, son. It's your Uncle Percy. Come to see you all right for food and water. I'd let you out for a fly round, but I'm not on my own. I can't trust that old fool not to open the window. Who's a pretty boy, then, eh? Who's a pretty boy?
You are. Hey, you're a bonny fella.
Look, if there's going to be any of this, I'll have you off these premises right now.
He's not coming, Derek. Mr. Tasker's not coming. And that man from Rosamond Travels certainly isn't going to show his face. I don't believe he ever intended to.
No. The unspeakable swine.
We have to face it, Derek. No holiday, my dear.
Not easy, is it? Accepting the unacceptable.
No,